Welcome back to another Team Dean Kingdom Dialogue. I am your host, Devon, and this is my beautiful wife, Mrs. Portia Dean.
So good to be back, my love.
Wow, it has been a rough
Rough is
3
an
weeks,
understatement. Yes, it has been.
and we still don't know what we were battling. Crazy.
Sickness, Lord have mercy. The
Yeah.
entire family.
Hey, well, the marriage vows just do say in sickness and in health.
That's what it says.
you, you know,
It definitely says
you
that,
don't
my
know how
love.
much you love somebody until you gotta
That's
either
right.
be sick with them or they're sick and you gotta serve them or they gotta serve you.
You're right,
You
baby.
don't truly know how much you love somebody. But
That's so
we
true.
thank God.
That we're here.
We thank God for health and strength. We're still dealing with a little shortness of breath. I've been hearing a lot of people dealing with the same symptoms, and so far there has been no name. Our doctor literally told us that they haven't diagnosed it as anything, but they have been seeing a lot of people coming with the same symptoms: um,
Very much so.
cold chills, loss of taste, shortness of breath, crazy coughing.
Yeah, it reminded us
Yeah.
of when we had COVID
Yeah,
back in 2022. I
Yeah.
mean, the it was
it
wow.
imitates flu.
Yeah,
Imitates flu.
it does.
Imitates COVID, but
It
it's
does.
none of the above.
None of the
I
above.
saw one of our YouTubers was just sweating profusely
Could barely breathe.
and all the same symptoms,
Yeah.
all the X-rays and all the medical checkup, and nothing.
Nothing. They prescribed an antibiotic and some cough medicine
In
and
fact,
sent us on our way.
we just brought Grandma back from the hospital,
That's right. She was
and they did all the whole works.
whole nine, chest X-ray,
And what they concluded?
post nasal, some type of generic diagnosis.
I think at this point they're just making stuff up.
You know it.
Good. How are we doing with the live? Welcome in.
Yeah.
When you come in, just check in. Tell us where you're coming in from. It's been, like I said, it's been a rough 3 weeks, but in the midst of sickness, in the midst of us being down, we have been thinking.
Yes.
We've been meditating, babe.
and seeking the Lord.
First of all, yes, seeking the Lord.
Yeah.
First of all, we want to thank everybody for their prayers.
Oh God.
We want to thank all of you for your prayers and for your concern. We got all the
I mean,
comments.
the inboxes. Many of you were even sharing with me that you had the same diagnosis, and you guys were telling us what to ask the doctor and what to have them test us for. And we thank you for that.
Yeah.
And we listened.
Yeah.
And we really do. We thank you for your prayers, your text messages, for you all just loving on us and checking on us.
Yeah.
We thank God for you all, and we appreciate you all. We really do.
Well, one thing about the Spirit of God, He doesn't get sick. So while the body was down, the mind was moving.
That's right.
The mind was going, and the Lord just dropped it in our hearts, in our spirit, exactly what He wanted us to do. And I felt so at peace about the direction that we're now going to be going in. As you look at our new background, you see what it says, love. And with that being in mind, we're going to be launching a new podcast and a new weekly series with around love lessons with Team Dean. As we speak, we have already launched the podcast, really, and we have already uploaded 2 full episodes. On YouTube, you can go to our page, Team Dean, Kingdom Dialogue, and just go into the podcast section. And please subscribe, like, share, subscribe.
Please, we
comment.
Appreciate that. Absolutely.
And if you want to be a part of this show, if you want to join us, maybe you have a love lesson, a love story that you want to share with us, feel free. It doesn't matter if you're dating. It doesn't matter if you're divorced. It doesn't matter if you've been broken. It doesn't matter if you're just waiting on God. It doesn't matter if you're married.
Absolutely.
But if you want to share something that you think will help other people in the kingdom of God, I think, not that I think, the Bible itself, this work that God has done on the earth, it's amazing that He created the earth, the heavens and the earth, and He put human beings on there, men, And then the first thing he instituted was marriage.
That's right.
It's not a God. It's not a man idea. Marriage is not a man-made idea. The devil didn't come up with this, so the devil can't determine or define it. This is a God idea, and God' way of replenishing the earth and getting His work done was to first establish marriage. I believe the kingdom of God. We need to go back to that. We need to. I remember when our churches were founded, when we had marriages in our churches, people worked together, people served together, they raised their children together,
right.
and brought them to ministry. But now we don't teach that anymore. We don't teach the need for covenant anymore. And my wife and I, we claim not to have all the answers.
No, not at all.
I believe that every relationship have their own template.
That's right.
But we believe that through our journey, we have known each other about 15 years now. Going to be celebrating how many years?
13 next month.
13 years of marriage next month.
Yes. Thank God.
And so, in addition to having people around us who have put in many years,
many decades,
my own parents who just celebrated 51 years
That's
of
right.
marriage.
Beautiful.
We have friends who celebrate 30, 40 years. And so, yeah, we have a lot of experience. And with that, we want to share and encourage and invite people into taking the journey that actually leads to marriage, leads to a covenant. One of our dear friends, Miss Teresa, just
yeah, and she has a book, so we definitely gonna get her on the
we have to invite her
podcast.
on.
Absolutely,
we have to invite her
and
on because
her new husband, and
Yeah.
She has a book that she has written, and she has a phenomenal testimony on love,
yeah,
and just how God, regardless if you are divorced or if you're a widow, if you've never been married, even in your singleness, I think that that's important too. That we make sure that even those who are single, because we know what it is like to be single,
Mhm.
and wanting marriage and just wanting to please the Lord. So that's important as well. And so we're excited. We're excited about what we believe God is going to do,
Yeah.
through our podcast.
And love, it's our story.
It is.
When you and I met, that's what we did on social media.
we
We were intentional about encouraging people about preparing themselves for marriage. And we are not just we didn't just talk this. This is what we did.
We walked this out. Absolutely.
We proved it that doing it God's way actually works.
I agree.
We in our first episode of our podcast, what did we talk about?
We talked about things that we had to unlearn.
Things that we had to unlearn.
Yes. So many times in relationships, due to trauma, due to traumatic events that maybe have happened in relationships, or even sometimes it could stem from childhood, maybe abandonment, or maybe the lack of a mother or father, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
There are things that we have learned regarding love and relationship and that dynamic. And so I think that we don't necessarily know until we get of age, we begin to date, that those things affected us and shaped how we love, how we perceive love, what we think is love.
Right.
So, yeah.
We're going to be talking about some of those things, just touching a little bit.
Yeah.
Do some highlighting on what the podcast included, at least the first 2 episodes already.
Absolutely. The first 2 episodes, it was a 1-part and a 2-parter because that conversation got really, really good. And we were just sharing just our personal journeys before we got married as to some of the toxic relationships we were in, unfortunately, and how that shaped us when it pertained to love, how we wanted to be loved. But because we had been in such toxic relationships, we had to unlearn what God's definition of love was, how we deserve to be loved. And we really share that. We share our personal stories, our personal experiences. And because, like he said, we don't have the blueprint.
Right.
But I do believe that we just, by us just sharing our testimony of how we got here and where God has brought us, I believe that it will be a blessing to a lot of people.
Yeah, we come into relationships with a lot of preconceived ideas, babe.
Absolutely.
It's some total of our own
That's
experiences,
right.
the people we saw around us,
How we were raised.
influences,
Absolutely.
television,
That's
reality
right.
TV,
That's right.
social media.
Absolutely.
There's so many things that feed our mind and convince us, and then we develop this ideology of, hey, this is what it should be, or this is what I believe, this is what I am going to accept, what I'm not going to
Mhm.
accept. This is my list of things that I want, and if a person doesn't meet this list, I don't want that.
That's
You know,
right.
it's really it's unrealistic. And
It is.
when you come into a real relationship, you're hit with reality. First of all, the first lesson you learn is that you're not perfect. That's the first lesson you gotta. That's the
That's
first
a
lesson you
fact.
gotta learn. Get over yourself. Get over your ego.
Or try to make your partner like you.
Yeah, try to turn your partner into
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Yeah, and what happens? It just you turn that relationship into a battleground. So now you on one side and I'm on the other side.
Instead of us being a team,
Instead of us
we're
being
on
a team.
opposing
Yeah,
sides.
yeah,
I totally agree, my love.
yeah.
Wow. That's so powerful how you said that, and that is very, very true. And so I think we also try to keep that in mind too, that in a relationship, in marriage, we always kind of joke about this, but we are affectionately known as Team Dean. But we really do have that mindset when it comes to marriage and family, that at the end of the day, do I want to be right, or do I want to have a loving, healthy marriage? And we are teammates. We are on the same team wanting the same thing.
Babe, I just want to take a quick second
Oh,
to
yeah, absolutely.
show my homie work, Pastor Ray, a little love.
Pastor Ray, we appreciate you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man.
We appreciate your
Definitely
support.
got you in prayer.
Absolutely.
Definitely. But as I said, there are many people who influence us.
Mm.
We watch, we observe, and I think as Pastor Rhonda would always say, it is a fool who can't learn, who can't
Ooh, I
receive
love that.
correction.
I love that.
That's a scripture. It's a fool that can't receive correction.
Mm.
Why? Experience is not the best teacher,
It is not.
because some people don't live through their experience to teach you. If Adam had listened to God, he would not have had to experience the fall.
Mm.
He
The
wouldn't have to
separation from
call
God.
all men, all human beings to crash out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't have had happened. He could have just simply listened to the instructions.
The instructions given.
Yeah, and sometimes we always tell our children, especially growing up in the islands, if you can't hear, you feel.
I like that. I like that. I like
Right?
that.
So sometimes it's better to just receive instructions. I can watch your experience and say, hey, I don't want that.
That's right.
I'm not trying to. I was very clear. I always said that to you. I was very clear when I was talking to God about a wife. And this is for me watching other people. I said, God, I said, give me a wise woman. I don't want a foolish woman. I was very clear about that, and I never changed my mind about it. Because I think it takes two people of the same mind to make a relationship work. Some things are unnecessary. Some fights, some troubles and trials that comes into relationships are unnecessary. I think you two should spend your time dealing with life, fighting the things that life brings to you, not creating issues among yourself unnecessary.
I agree.
Like we mentioned about some of the toxicity that you come into relationships with, using your body to control.
That's right. To manipulate.
Yeah. Or the man using his money to control the situation. When we do that, you create toxicity.
You do. And then it's no longer a team. It's no longer we're in this thing together.
Yeah.
Like I said before, now we're on opposing sides.
Right.
And now I'm going to do everything I can to hurt you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Because now we've become enemies. And I've seen that, my love. And that is just not something that I saw that. And that is something that I said that's not something I want to emulate in my marriage. And babe, just going back to what you were saying, a lot of things have shaped us, how we were raised. Like we even talked about your foundation, how your parents have celebrated 51 years of marriage. So how you had that strong family structure and stability.
Right.
And then you meet someone like me whose family dynamic is completely different, who was raised by her grandparents and who has abandonment issues. And so these are things that have come up in our marriage. And because we have to be honest and transparent, we work through them. But we talked about that.
Do you remember one of our first fights where you
Do you remember?
no, not that one.
Oh,
not that one.
And that's another thing, gentlemen. Please do not wait until you are good and old to get married, because you get set in your ways.
Okay, my dad told me that.
I'm just saying, I love my brothers, but make sure you're ready and God is preparing you. But I think sometimes when you wait, you get set in your ways and you are not open to change. That's all I'm saying. I just want to throw that out there.
That is true.
I'm just saying.
My dad used to call me and tell me that. Like,
Oh, really?
son, what are you waiting on? You're getting older. You're going to get set in your ways. He used to tell me that.
Okay. And Dad would know, of course.
But I'm recalling a particular incident where the past
snuck up on me.
Yeah, and our communication, there was a breakdown in communication where you interpret what I said or what I did as you don't want me. I'm going back to Ohio.
Listen.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was crazy. And it wasn't an argument. Like,
No.
I keep saying this, and not in a braggadocious way. We have difference of opinions.
Yeah.
And so, but we don't argue. Like, we don't fuss and fight. But we had I don't even remember, but in my mind, because of my abandonment issues and because I have dealt with not feeling loved and wanted, right? We had a disagreement. And in my mind, I'm literally thinking, we had maybe been married a few months. I'm thinking, oh my God, I've left home. I got rid of my apartment. I quit my good job, like all this stuff. I uprooted my whole life. I was like, now I got to figure out, what am I going to do? How am I going to get back to Ohio? How am I going to start my life all over again?
Right.
I ain't been married that long. Like, divorce was not part of it. Like, my mind just went left. And then maybe about 30 minutes later, I go in the room and he's just laying in the bed, and you asked me to do something. Like, I think you asked me to get you something. And I was like, this man is crazy. Like, you totally, and I'm like, what?
Like we didn't have a,
like, we did not just
opinion.
have this difference of it. And you didn't know that I was spiraling internally. Like, this was not something that outwardly happened.
Because I interpreted differently.
Yeah, you interpret it as, okay, you feel some type of way, I feel some type of way. That's fine. Me, I'm thinking, oh my God.
Yeah.
And it was, now we can laugh at that, but that is where I come from. And so my husband has had to be patient. He has had to be loving. He has had to be understanding, realizing that, hey, my wife does not come from the foundation that I come from. Divorce is something that you've never had to experience. Your parents are still married.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And divorce is part of my life.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I was spiraling that day, my love. But I appreciate you hanging in there.
But I had my own issues though. Now we're talking about, because this just highlights from the first and second episode of our podcast, right?
Yeah.
Once again, if you haven't subscribed, go to YouTube and subscribe to our podcast. It's called Love Lesson. Well, you can find it under Team D and Kingdom Dialogue, but just go through you're going to see the podcast, you see the videos, and as a matter of fact, they are the only videos out there because I took everything else down. but make sure you subscribe so that you can get our weekly upload when we drop the next episode. So we have a whole list of things we're going to talk about, not just our own experience, but we're going to bring on guests.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, I came with my own issues. Like you said, I had my own idea of what I thought. I was single. I've been single a long time.
Long time.
Every every furniture, everything was in its place. The way I
Let me
like
just say this. I knew I was in trouble when I married this man and I opened up his closet and all his clothes were color coordinated. I had never seen anything like that in my life. And I was like, oh Lord, what have I got myself into? Like everything was color
You're
coordinated.
making me laugh. You know,
I'm
not
sorry.
100%
I'm sorry, my
recovered yet,
love.
but
Oh my goodness. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, I was caught up.
Very meticulous.
Yeah, I like order.
Yes, you do, my love.
But you see, that was because I didn't have a wife and I didn't have any children. So
So that has changed now.
I was a stickler about
You were.
my stuff staying in place.
Yes.
I was a stickler about that.
You were.
You were always diplomatic. From the day I met you, you were the
Just
most
try to
diplomatic, peaceful
chill.
person I've ever met.
I appreciate that.
Now you have turned into me,
I have.
and I have turned into you.
That is true. You are very calm and diplomatic and like, babe, you need to calm down. And me, I'm like, rah, 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 rah.
I was living on the edge. I mean, I was snappy.
You were.
Didn't take too much from nobody. And that's I was living in a defense mode, a survival mode all the time.
Right.
Couldn't trust anybody.
You're fighting for your life.
I was fighting for my life.
That's right.
And even when you came, I fought you. I wouldn't even let you in. I told you what one day, and you were so kind, so nice. You were so nice, and God was like, "Stop making that woman pay for what other people did to you. You know,
let her love you.
Let your wall down. You got this wall up blocking this." Toxic behaviors.
That's right.
That we bring into relationships.
That we had to unlearn.
You got to unlearn. You got somebody else paying for what someone else did to you.
It's true. Because
you haven't healed. And so I almost missed out on my blessing being all prideful and being all defensive.
But babe, it's just funny that you said that because I noticed that. But it never made me not want to be with you. It even wanted me to love you the more because I wanted you for you. Okay. I didn't, it wasn't, I mean, don't get me wrong now. You fine as Lord have mercy, you get finer every day. Listen, let me calm down with these people. Listen, the chocolate, this is crazy. Let me focus. No, but seriously, like, but you were honest about your past. Yep. And where you were. And I knew you were ready for love and you wanted to be loved the right way, the way God wants you to be loved, the way he desires us to be loved. And you fought me a little bit in the beginning, but I knew it was because probably for you, it was like, this is too good to be true. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just really, when I wanted to just love you, babe. Like from the moment I met you, I instantly fell in love and I was like, oh my, this is it. I was like, I'm going to marry this man.
You did. But I was being hard. I was being,
you're protecting your heart.
I was protecting myself. I
Absolutely.
didn't trust nobody. And I'm not easy. I'm not going to give in that easily.
Right.
Right. So I was being difficult, unnecessarily difficult. Right. Finding fault for no reason. But once again, toxic behavior, you bring that from the past because you develop those ideas and you develop those feelings, you develop those emotions, and as a result of your trauma, you bring that into your relationship.
Yeah, especially when you're not healed.
And you put it on other people.
Right, absolutely.
You put it on, but you weren't afraid.
I wasn't. I was up for it.
You weren't afraid.
Best decision I ever made.
Yeah.
Second best decision I ever made.
Yeah. Yeah, but I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I see my big bro. Hey, what's up, Derek? Thanks for joining us.
We love you, bro.
Much love, man.
Absolutely.
Much love from the beautiful Turks and Caicos, man. I just told Daddy this morning I'm thinking about making a trip.
I love it. I'm here for it. That passport ready to be stamped. Thank you.
You go home. You're not gonna want to come back.
I've been telling you that, but that's why you don't want to take me, because you can leave me right there.
I just want to take a minute to just shout out my 10-year-old who has been so supportive.
We love you, Stefan.
Who's watching us on YouTube. Stefan, we love you, man.
We love you, man. We just wanted to come on and just share with you all what was going on. We wanted to thank each and every one of you for your prayers and your continued support. And so we are just looking forward to engaging even the more, to sharing. And we strongly believe that our podcast is going to be a blessing to
Yeah.
the kingdom. And we know that even your love stories will be a blessing to us as well.
Will be.
So we just ask that you all just like, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did,
And
did we cover all the points we want to talk about?
I think we did, my love.
You sure?
I'm sure. Is there something I missed?
I'm just saying, we had a couple of incidents talking about toxic behavior.
Oh, so you want to put it out there?
I'm just saying, like,
I'm here for the conversation, my love.
Okay, like I'll give you two good examples.
Okay.
Talk to me.
I
talk about my phone call, and then I talk about
so you want
your lack of phone call.
You want to go there? Let's do it.
I'm just saying.
No, it's good. It's good to share.
So
to be honest,
I had a little history. Right?
Oh, history.
Yeah, I had a little history.
Casanova.
Yeah, I had a little history. And I used to always get phone calls. You're getting all these entanglements through social media. Entanglements because
you standing by that?
You're not married. You're not married. You like the attention.
Somebody media, married called it an entanglement though.
Social media.
Let me stop.
I'll just say I was single.
You were.
Single.
You were.
Well, one of those entanglements. When I met Portia, the first or second week of meeting you.
Yeah.
I hadn't talked to this person in a long time, and all of a sudden I got a call, and this call was straight up. I want to come see you, and the devil's like, let her come, let her come, let her come. But I thank God.
Thank him.
I thank God for deliverance and setting me free and give me wisdom. And I asked her not to come, not to ever call again.
Mm.
But my old self would have kept that a secret from you.
Right.
That's the toxic behavior. Once again, secrets.
Mm-hmm. That deception.
Building relationships on lies.
Right.
So I picked the phone up. When I hung up from her, I picked the phone up and I called you immediately. And I told you.
You did.
And you were so appreciative about me telling you. Why?
Yeah. Because when you tell me the truth, mm-hmm. it allows me to choose.
Wow.
It allows me to love you wholeheartedly and not under a lie.
Wow.
And had you kept that, we probably would have gotten married. Anything could have happened.
Yeah.
And our whole relationship would have been built on a lie. And you would have not allowed me to choose to love you freely.
Wow.
That's what stood out for me, my love.
Okay, so what about your phone call or lack of phone call? Toxic behavior. We're talking about
toxic behavior. So in the past, like I've and you'll hear this in our first episode. With my abandonment issues, the way that I cope or used to cope with things is to be ghost. So I'm not going to force myself on you. I'm not going to make you love me. None of that. I'm going to leave and you will never, ever see me or hear from me again. And so we had only been together maybe about a month and we had a misunderstanding. And I was offended by what was said. And it was so long ago, I don't remember what it was. But in my mind, because I have done this before in relationships that were toxic,
right.
I was like, okay, well, if he gonna do it like that, I'm gonna do it like this. I cut my phone off for probably half a day. Because in my mind, when I would do that before, I would turn my phone on. I would have 50 text messages, 10 voicemails. So I turned my phone on.
So that made you feel wanted?
No, it made me feel like I got one up.
Oh, okay.
It made me feel like you're not going to play with me.
Okay.
Because I'm making it so you can't reach me.
I proved my point.
Right.
Okay.
And when I turned my phone on,
toxic behavior.
Oh, it was definitely toxic, my love. Toxic. They used to call me P Murder, but that's a whole nother story, whole nother podcast. I got that name in college. They called me P Murder, but I'm delivered now. But listen, so I thinking I'm going to turn my phone on. I'm going to have all these text messages, voicemails, nothing. Phone is, I'm looking at it like, is it off? What happened? And then you call me about an hour later because I leave the phone on. And you say to me, do you want to pursue a relationship with me? I said, absolutely. You said, well, that can never happen again. You said, we are adults. And if there is an issue, if there is a problem, we are going to discuss it like adults.
Mm.
You will never turn your phone off because you said, I will never call again. You will not hear from me again. And I was like, oh God, who is this man?
That's George Jesus right there.
I was like, who is this man,
That's
Jesus?
that's the best of checking out right there.
But I didn't know, And so
Oh.
that happened one time.
Yeah.
It has never happened again.
Yeah.
And so, but for me, that was one of my toxic traits. I check out and then I'm just gonna leave you high and dry. And it was very immature in many ways.
Yeah, the childish game, and I'm gonna let you
No, you're
close
good, my
up
love.
with that, whatever you want to share to anyone who may be in those types of relationships.
Definitely.
Those mind games are not worth it. It's wasting your time.
Agreed.
You're getting older. Life is passing you by. Don't live your life in a perpetual cycle, playing mind games with your emotions, playing with your heart. Relationships are not supposed to be hard. I mean, Jesus, God created Adam.
You're not supposed to fight for love.
Put him to sleep, brought him his woman made from his own bone. Adam did not fight that.
He didn't.
He saw her and knew, this mine.
Bone of my bone.
Bone of my bone.
That's what he said.
Flesh
of my flesh.
I mean, so I'm gonna leave my mama.
Ooh.
I'm gonna leave my daddy.
Cleave to you.
And I'm gonna cleave.
Come on, don't do that. We on live. Don't do that, babe. Don't do that now.
I'm just saying, I think people make life hard and relationships hard for no reason. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be, my love, when we do it God's way.
Right.
And I know that sounds like faux pas, but it really, I am a living testimony. People who know me personally, my family, my closest friends, I am a living testimony of doing it God's way. And what I mean by that is making a decision that I want to love the right way and be loved the right way.
That's awesome.
And so that's what I want for us all. Those of you who are looking for love, those men who are looking for wives, those wives who are waiting for God to send you your husband. While you are waiting, allow God to heal your heart so that when you do find love, or when God brings your husband, that you don't have a lot of toxic traits that you have to unlearn, but you can just love in a godly way.
Amen.
Awesome.
I just want to say before you close up, babe, one more reminder. Go ahead and subscribe. Go to YouTube, subscribe to our new podcast. We'll be dropping a new episode every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
I think it's going to be extremely helpful, whether you're married, not married, you're on the journey, you've been married before, brokenhearted, whatever it may be. Just support. I guess we can call it a ministry, a podcast ministry.
Yeah. Share, comment, subscribe. And we want to hear your love stories.
Yeah.
Feel free to inbox us. Feel free to we really want to be engaged with you all, and we appreciate your love and your support, like we truly do. Yeah. So we love each and every one.
I'm excited about the future of our podcast.
Absolutely.
And this show here, babe, because I'm looking forward to bringing on a lot of friends, a lot of
Absolutely.
people, and hear some different stories.
Absolutely.
I think the kingdom of God, because relationships are taboo, I think we need to talk about this stuff more.
We do.
Because that's the thing that you and I talked about, that there weren't a lot of teachings on relationships.
No.
So we had to go back to the Bible. We had to go back
to the basics.
And go back to the basics and figure things out for ourselves.
That's right.
What does God mean? When we're dating, what does God mean? What is God's goal for relationship? And God does have a goal for your relationship.
That's right.
Because he didn't put Eve with Adam just for the fun. Just because they can look good together or they can make good babies together. He had a purpose, and he has a purpose for you. So I'm going to let you close out, babe.
Okay.
And next week, we'll be back here next week, regular time, 6:30, right?
Yeah.
And moving forward, we're going to be coming on as what? Love Lessons?
Yes, Love Lessons with Team Dean. So once again, subscribe, share, be a part of the conversation. Share your love story with us. We would love to hear that. We love each and every one of you, and God bless you, and we'll see you next week.